Dunning-Kruger effect is this kind of curve. When you first get into something, there's this spike where you've gotten into it, you're excited about it, and you kind of hit this false peak where you think you know everything about it. But then, as you actually get to learn more, you quickly fall into the valley of despair, where you begin to realize, wow, there's way more to this than I thought. And you start to have more questions than answers. But then the more that you stick with it and the more that you learn, you actually grow into a level of expertise about the thing. And if you actually stay with it longer, that's where you actually grow to become potentially an expert in that field or in that thing, that hobby, that idea, that school of thought, whatever it might be. But you have a respect for how much you know that you don't know. You are more confident in what you do know, but you're also more confident that you don't know everything. And I think that a lot of commenters and content creators on Christian ideas live in one of two places. A lot of content creators, I think, live on the kind of false peak of what is really a peak of ignorance, but what they feel like is a peak of expertise. And I think this comes out as them having a whole lot to say about what everybody else is doing wrong. It's a false sense of certainty about everything that they believe. And it comes out honestly in a lot of self-righteousness. The second group of people is, I think a lot of people that are deconstructing their faith are actually just people who are experiencing the fall from the peak of ignorance to the valley of despair, where they're realizing there's actually so much more here that I thought that I knew, but I actually don't. But instead of them continuing to do the work to dig into what is it that the Christianity really teaches, what does the Bible really teach, what do people who maybe are experts in different areas of biblical studies or Christian thought or theology or whatever, what are they actually saying and how can I learn and grow in this? Instead, they just experience that low, that valley of despair, and it breaks them up and they never take the next steps to actually grow in competency. If you are a content creator, my encouragement would be don't be the person that is delusional about your degree of expertise. Know how much you don't know and continue to learn and strive to be better. And also don't be the person that gets taken out in the valley of despair. Understand that that is also temporary. And once you've come to terms with that idea of like, oh my gosh, there's so much here that I don't know yet, okay, well then you can kind of dig your heels in and begin to learn and grow. And again, you can kind of come back out of that valley and grow in understanding and in expertise.